One of the biggest problems coaches come to me for is that they've outgrown their audience. This is typically a coach who's done tremendously well converting a really small, tiny audience. Maybe they're on one platform or two, but in the scheme of content creators, they have relatively small numbers, and that's okay because they've converted them at really high rates. Awesome, right? It is. It's great, but it can also be dangerous if you're not also consistently growing and bringing in new people into your world, new clients, new leads into your space. It can start to result in even a sales slump. Let's avoid that. In this video, I'm going to tell you what you can do in the weeks or months pre-launch so you can really gear up, bring new people in, and build momentum for a successful launch without taking on a lot of crazy new big projects. By the way, if we're just meeting, I'm Laura, and I help coaches get clients through high converting copy. So this is for you if you've started to notice a decline in sales, you're worried about who's going to enroll in your next launch, maybe you've seen a decrease in sales conversations, or you're just noticing new people are not coming into your world. And you're probably experienced enough to know that it's not always the best solution to add more, to make your business more complex. Yes, at some point, maybe you will start running ads or building funnels or doing all of these other things, but you may be experienced enough to know that as the simpler you can keep it, the easier it's going to be to sustain. So we are gonna get you launch ready without adding a lot of extra complex stuff to your plate. Number one, I want you to survey your existing audience and find out what they have to say about their problems, about their pain points, what they're struggling with. It may be that we get to just change the language with your copy and your content to start speaking more clearly and directly to your best clients and start bringing more of them in. Put out a survey, say, hey, help me out, take this survey. I want to know what you're seeing and experiencing with XYZ, whatever your niche is. And ask them some questions to get to know how they're talking about their pain points, how they're talking about their problems. The first thing I want you to do, preferably quite a ways out from your launch, is to send out a survey of your existing audience. Find out exactly how they're talking about their pain points and problems. It may be that we get to tweak your copy or your messaging just a little bit. We're talking 2% shifts to really use their language so it creates that oh my gosh, she's talking to me effect that brings new people in and makes them feel like they really resonate with you and helps you stand out. So put out a survey, say, hey, help me out. I want to know what you're experiencing with XYZ. Fill in your niche or industry and ask questions that's going to get them to tell you exactly how they're talking about their pains, how they're talking about their problems. Then you can use that language in your copy, in your launch event to create that feeling of, oh my gosh, she's speaking directly to me, and you can use that to pull new people in. If you want to increase the likelihood of people responding to your survey, you can offer to share the results with them. People are curious, they want to know what others like them are experiencing. So you can say, hey, fill out this survey in a week or two, however long you're going to put the survey out, you can say, I'll share the results with you. Usually that'll get more people to respond because they're curious to see what others are experiencing. They want to know that they're not alone. After you put out that survey, and really on a regular, consistent basis, I want you to share what I call in my coaching programs audition content. Audition content is where you're kind of auditioning with new audience members. You're kind of putting yourself out there, grabbing their attention, and pulling them in to see if you can get them to start noticing you, start paying attention to you, and really start following and connecting with you on a deeper level. Here's what audition content looks like. It looks like maybe a more polarizing post, something that's really going to grab attention and pull them in and say, oh my goodness, that's interesting. I'm noticing that. So something that's really polarizing, a strong opinion, a strong point of view that's going to pull them in. Another thing that's going to grab their attention and pull them in is just something shocking, a shocking story. I have a post where, but it starts with, I was 65 pounds when they hospitalized me. And every time I share that post, it always brings new people who haven't been engaging with me into my space. It gets them noticing me, it gets them paying attention, just because that first line is so startling and shocking that as they're scrolling, it grabs their attention. Another way you can pull people in with audition content is by using something that is newsworthy. It can be newsworthy for your niche. You know, when Facebook came out with the @everyone feature, I did a post like this that talked about the @everyone feature because people are interested in it. They want to know about it. But similarly, it can be newsworthy kind of on more of a mainstream basis. So, you know, when Marie Kondo was popular, I think I did a post on Marie Kondoing your, you know, business content. Or when Tiger King was popular, you can name drop that. So take something that's in the news, in popular culture, that's newsworthy on a mainstream level, and put that name just as an eye catcher in your posts that pull people in. I think my biggest one to date was a TikTok video or an Instagram reel where I was actually breaking down Johnny Depp's charisma during Johnny Depp's trial. So just kind of putting those names in your post can kind of just be that thing that sparks that attention, that pulls people in. It can also be something that's trendy. So, you know, sometimes following those trends can be the thing that pulls people to you. So the idea of audition content is really, we're just auditioning for somebody's attention, right? Because we're wanting to gain their attention. We're wanting to pull them in. We're saying, hey, notice this. Now come pay a little closer attention here. Your goal is to stop the scroll. They're scrolling. Oh my gosh, this grabs my attention. Let me see what it's all about. Go ahead. I would probably say at least 3 to 4 weeks out from your launch, spend a week focused on creating that kind of audition content really designed to grab those eyeballs and pull new people in. Now, on that audition content or your posts surrounding it, I want you to practice using growth calls to action. This is very valuable, but often underutilized. Don't be afraid to use a call to action to follow if you want more content like this, or to tag a friend who would be interested in this, or to share this with somebody who needs to hear it. A lot of times, you know, it's just these simple things that can really create consistent growth so that we're not getting to the place where we're outgrowing our audience. So make sure that you're doing this. I remember I'm even guilty of this. For years, I built my business on having a weekly Facebook Live show. Every Tuesday at 10:30, I went live. I remember at one point I saw someone tag another person in my video, and it occurred to me I hadn't been asking them to do that. And so I said, hey, if you know someone who could benefit from this, tag them below or share it with them. And that video got so many more tags or shares than I'd had in a really long time. And so you can believe that I really developed the habit of telling them to tag or share. But you can do that too. You don't have to wait to see somebody do it. You can ask them to do it. And a lot of times simply asking them to tag someone can make a big difference. And on that note, I highly recommend going ahead and making an introduction post with a call to action to follow. So you can make an introduction saying, hey, this is who I am. This is what I help you with. This is what I'm about. This is the results I create and the value you have that is available for you here. Follow for more of this. And sometimes just creating that introduction post where you're basically telling people the value that there is to get in following you and inviting them to come along is all you need to really start bringing those numbers in. Bonus points, even better if it's telling your story, right? So I used to struggle with this, then I found out this really cool way of solving that problem. I've solved it. Now I help you learn how to solve it. If you want tips on it, go ahead and follow for more. That kind of format. So now you're combining the power of the story with this introduction post, telling them exactly how you're helping them and inviting them to follow along. By the way, if you have gotten value from this video, please like and subscribe. Number one, I'm going to be creating a lot more valuable content like this, and I want you to have it. Number two, I am on a mission to make coaching mainstream. It is my calling to get important messages to those who need to receive them. And I do that by helping coaches share their messages. And I want everybody on this planet to know the power of coaching. And the only way I can get that message out in a bigger way is if I have the support of you helping me reach them with this channel. The next thing I want you to do after you've done your audition posts and your introduction posts is at least 3 weeks out from your launch event, I want you to use some yes content and some engaging driving content. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Yes content is getting people to say yes. It's getting people to engage. It's getting them to comment me. So you're asking, hey, if I created this, would you be interested? And they're saying yes. Or you're saying, hey, does this sound like you? Do you have these pain points? Do you struggle with this? Does this resonate with you? And they're saying, yes, that's me. I want that thing. I have that problem. I'm interested in that solution. So they're literally saying yes to your post, which is driving up your engagement and getting your post seen more and more and more in the feed, because it's telling the algorithms, hey, this is a really great post that's getting a lot of engagement. Let's show it to more people. Same thing with engagement driving content is it's really content that's specifically designed just to gain engagement. So yes, content, yes, it gets a lot of engagement, but it's really getting your people to say yes. Yes, I have that problem. Yes, I want that result. Yes, I'm interested in that solution. Yes, that sounds like me. Engagement driving content is a little bit more fun, a little bit more open-ended. It's the kind of post that people just love to engage with. I think one time I asked, if your business were an animal, what animal would it be? Or just something that's really fun and easy for them to answer that they're going to enjoy replying to. Maybe it's not quite as targeted or strategic in the scheme of conversions as the other posts, but they're highly effective at just getting people to engage. It works really well on Facebook on those colored backgrounds. It works really well in Instagram stories with the stickers, just the kind of post that's asking them questions that they're going to enjoy answering, and it's going to drive your engagement up. Maybe even ask something a little bit controversial or a little bit thought-provoking, something that's going to get a lot of responses and really get you visible in front of a lot more people. Okay, the next thing you can do is increase your post frequency. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but you can gain a lot simply by posting more. In fact, most people simply just don't have enough volume in the amount of times that they're posting and the amount of times that they're emailing. You can do a lot more. In my programs, I tell my clients that they have a minimum of 4 posts per week, but really I would love people to be posting at least 7 times per week, and you can't post too much. I built my business initially to 6 figures with one simple strategy, and that was to take over their Facebook newsfeed. All I did was post. I was probably posting 3 to 7 posts per day. And my whole game plan was, if I just take over their newsfeed, if they just see nobody but me, if I'm just so loud, they literally cannot ignore me because I'm all they see, they're going to hire me. And you know what? It worked. Now, I'm not saying you have to post 3 to 7 times per day, but increasing your frequency is inevitably going to increase your reach. It's going to get you in front of more people. It's going to get them noticing you and recognizing you more. And so if you're starting to feel like people just aren't seeing me, I'm not getting in front of new people, there's no one new engaging, maybe I have a lot of Facebook friends, but they're not engaged, or maybe I have a lot of Instagram followers, but they're not engaged, just try posting more. In general, this is a good practice if you feel like you're not getting results you want in an area of your life. The mistake we tend to make is jumping from thing to thing, shiny object to shiny object, right? Like, oh, this strategy isn't working, I need to go to that one. A lot of times it's not that the strategy isn't working, it's just that you need to do more of it. It's just that it's not that your posting style's wrong, it's that you just need to post more. I'm sure a fitness coach would say, it's maybe not that what you're eating is unhealthy, it's just you're eating too much of it. It's that kind of idea, is that sometimes you just need to do a little bit more. So go ahead and try increasing your post frequency in the weeks and months leading up to your launch and see if that makes a difference. It should, on bringing new clients into your world. The next thing you can do is to get visible with your collaboration partners. So collaboration partners for me are typically people who serve the same audience as I serve, but in a different way. So maybe they're a business coach, maybe they're a mindset coach for entrepreneurs, maybe they're a web developer. They're still serving and helping coaches the way that like I help coaches, but I help them with their copy and with their content, and maybe they're helping them with something else. We have the same ideal client, our best clients are the same, but we do different things for them. And my favorite collaboration partners are people who my clients actually get better results because of them, and their clients actually get better results because of me. So for example, I sometimes partner with my friend Nicole, who's a sales coach. She helps people with sales conversations. It's a perfect fit. I help coaches with their copy. She helps them with their sales conversations. I help them get more sales conversations, help them get more people into their DMs, into their message box, booking calls for sales conversations through their copy. She helps them actually have that conversation. Great fit. Another example is a mindset coach, right? When I collaborate with a mindset coach inside with my audience, it helps my people get better results because I don't teach mindset, but it's a really important part of success even inside my copywriting program. So your collaboration partners really can be anyone with audience overlap, but those are my favorite. Go ahead and get visible with them. Connect with them, say, hey, let's do lives on each other's pages. Let's do YouTube lives together. Let's be on each other's podcasts. All of those ways that you can get visible in front of each other's audience is great. Which brings me to my next point, and that is to become a guest expert into a program. The vast majority of my clients have come to me because of being a guest expert in somebody's program. So regularly inside somebody's paid program, I go and I offer my copywriting and content expertise, and I go in there and I train inside their program. And oftentimes their clients do end up coming and working with me. This works really well with those collaboration partners who serve the same person but in a different way. So if I go into a business coaching program and I teach on copy, it works really well. Enriches that coach's program, right? They're offering more value to their clients because I'm coming in and I'm teaching my expertise, and it brings more clients to me. Same thing when I have them come into my program. If I have a mindset coach for entrepreneurs come into my program, or a sales call coach come into my program and teach on their expertise, it increases the value of my program. It helps my clients get better results, but they also get a chance to have my clients go and enroll with them. So I think it's a really underutilized but very powerful tool to help each other grow by forming these collaboration partnerships and becoming guest experts inside each other's program. It really is a win-win-win for both coaches and the clients when we're just kind of spreading the love and expertise inside each other's programs. Now, I have given you a lot to go and do to grow your audience and bring new clients into your world, including writing a lot of content. So I want to give you a tool and a resource to help you with that. My 292 hook templates is going to save you a ton of time and make your hooks more effective at bringing those new people in because they're designed to grab attention. So go ahead and go in the description, grab the link to get my 292 hook templates right now. Then check out my video on how to pre-launch your group coaching program.